Hamas is in terms of like just the other neighboring Arab countries. I don't think a continual war and in the Middle East and all the stuff that America did in the Middle East, which I'm sure you have criticisms of. I don't think that really helped get rid of the influence of groups like ISIS or Al-Qaeda, because that just...
Well, I mean, it certainly helped get rid of some of the influence of ISIS because we killed a huge number of them. But again, the notion that ISIS and Al-Qaeda and all terrorism is to blame on the West ignores all of Islamic history and the history of the region. It ignores the fact that there were Islamic invasions of Europe back in the 1300s. Again, this sort of ignorance of history that is rooted in the idea that all the forces you see today must be the result of things that America is doing or the West is doing. I don't see any evidence for that. The times, by the way, when the Arab street has risen up, they promptly replaced more moderate dictators with things like the Muslim Brotherhood, which is exactly what happened during the so-called Arab Spring, when they took over for Mohammed Morsi and promptly put in place the Muslim Brotherhood. You can keep blaming economics until the cows come home. You know what the solution to that would be, by the way? I have a solution for this. If what you're saying is right, I have a solution for this. Here's the solution. In 2005, Israel withdrew from the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip is an area that is less population dense than both Singapore and Hong Kong. Hundreds of millions, nay, billions of dollars flowed into the Gaza Strip. If people there, and Hamas in particular, really wanted to develop the lives of their citizens and make them better, they could have, and they should. And yet I see very little demand for that. At a certain point, people are going to have to take responsibility for their own actions and stop blaming America and the West for making shitty decisions.
Every time there is something out of the Gaza Strip that the world looks at and sees, from the videos, from the footage, from the despair, from the destruction, believe it or not, it's not just condemned against Israel. People don't just say it's the Jews' fault and it's the Zionists' fault. They say it's the Jews' fault and the Zionists' fault because of America. So they see both it's the same people, it's the same thing, it's the same attempt to wipe off extremists. They look at what Israel is conducting, how they're conducting their war. They look at it as a land grab. They look at it as a quote unquote, the G word, which I can't say now on YouTube, or ethnic cleansing, or an open air prison.